Welcome to our deep dive into AI and the future of jobs. We're going to be tackling a pretty significant question today.
Okay.
Will AI create jobs?
Right.
Or destroy them?
Yeah.
And it feels especially relevant now with, humanoid robots emerging
Yeah.
and AI capabilities just exploding.
Right.
The source material you provided even mentions a flood
Oh, wow.
of these robots hitting the scene.
Really?
But amidst all this advancement, there's a lot of uncertainty
Yeah.
and conflicting viewpoints.
I can imagine.
Like nobody really knows what's going to happen.
Right.
And that's what we're going to try to dive into today.
Okay, sounds good.
So what did you think about the source material?
Well, the author seems to be grappling with this tension
Yeah.
throughout the whole thing.
Okay.
They are concerned about automation displacing even skilled trades, like electricians and plumbers.
Well,
But they also acknowledge that AI has this potential to create new industries,
oh, interesting.
new opportunities.
So they're kind of on both sides of the fence a little bit.
Yeah, they're kind of going back and forth a little bit.
Well, that's where this idea of creative destruction comes into play, right?
Yeah.
So new technologies disrupt existing industries, which leads to job losses, but they also pave the way for new ones.
Right.
We saw this with the printing press.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Scribes and manuscript illuminators were displaced, but new jobs emerged in printing and publishing.
Exactly.
So is AI simply another wave of creative destruction? Or will its impact be more profound?
That is the question.
That is the question.
The source material highlights the emergence of something called artificial general intelligence,
Okay.
or AGI,
AGI.
which is designed to perform any intellectual task a human can.
So it can do anything we can do?
Yeah, theoretically.
Wow.
And this potential for AGI to surpass human capabilities across a wide range of tasks
Okay.
is what really intensifies this debate.
About AI's impact on jobs. So AGI is essentially AI on steroids.
Yeah, you could say that.
It can do almost anything we can do.
Yeah.
But potentially better and faster.
Potentially.
That definitely raises the stakes.
It does.
How do we even begin to wrap our minds around that kind of shift?
Well, one way to think about it is this concept of a threshold of absorption.
Okay.
Imagine a bathtub.
Okay, I'm imagining a bathtub.
Water flowing in there represents jobs being displaced by AI.
Okay, the water is the lost jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And the drain represents new jobs being created.
Okay, so new jobs are going down the drain.
Right.
Got it.
If the inflow exceeds the outflow, the tub overflows.
Makes sense.
So the threshold of absorption is the point at which AI-driven job displacement outpaces job creation,
Okay.
leading to widespread unemployment
Oh, no.
and social upheaval.
So that overflowing bathtub, that's
Yeah, that's a bad situation.
a bad
Oh,
situation.
I don't want that.
We don't want that.
No.
Okay, so several factors influence this threshold, right?
Right.
Like how fast AI is advancing?
Exactly. If AI capabilities surge too rapidly, our systems might struggle to adapt.
Okay.
Another factor is worker adaptability.
So how quickly people can learn new skills and transition to new roles,
Right.
and then the effectiveness of our social safety nets,
Exactly.
whether they can provide support for those displaced by automation.
Right.
So it seems like preparing for this potential shift requires a multi-pronged approach.
I think so.
We need robust education and retraining programs
Yeah,
to equip people with the skills needed in an AI-driven world,
absolutely.
and strong social safety nets to provide security for those who are displaced.
I agree.
Did the source material talk about any of that?
Yeah, the source material really underscores the need for proactive measures.
Okay,
It's not enough to simply react to change.
Right.
We need to anticipate it
got it.
and create systems that can adapt and evolve
Okay,
alongside these technological advancements.
but basically be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared.
Well, the author kept circling back to this question of, what does this all mean? Like, what does this mean for the future of work?
Yeah.
If AI can potentially do everything we can do,
Right.
how do we even define work and purpose in that context?
That's a great question, and that's what we'll be discussing in part 2 of this deep dive.
All right, so make sure to tune in for part 2.
It's going to be a good one.
All right, do that.
It really pushes us to think beyond just, replacing lost jobs
Right.
and to consider what a truly fulfilling future might look like
Okay.
in an AI-driven world.
It almost feels like we're on the verge of a paradigm shift
Yeah.
in how we even think about work. If AI is handling all these tasks
Yeah.
that are currently consuming our time and energy,
Right.
What are we going to do with all that newfound freedom?
That's a great question.
Did the source material address that at all?
Yeah, the source material kind of hints at the potential rise of a creative economy where people can just focus on artistic pursuits.
Wow. Innovation and self-discovery.
That sounds pretty amazing.
It does.
But also a bit daunting.
Yeah.
How do we transition to such a drastically different way of life?
It won't be easy.
I imagine not.
Our current economic and social systems are so intertwined with this traditional concept of work.
Right.
So shifting to a creative economy would require significant adjustments in education, social welfare, and even our cultural values.
Wow. So it's like we're being asked to reevaluate everything we thought we knew about work and purpose and even societal structure. That's both liberating and terrifying at the same time.
It is.
Did the source material offer any guidance on this?
The source material emphasizes the need for thoughtful planning and proactive measures.
Okay, so what kinds of things are they talking about?
Well, we need to anticipate the potential challenges of this transition.
And develop solutions that ensure that everybody benefits from the advancements in AI.
So are they suggesting anything specific?
Well, they mention exploring alternative economic models. Like a universal basic income.
Oh, wow.
To provide a safety net for those displaced by automation. And to support the flourishing of creative endeavors.
That's a pretty big idea.
It is.
I mean, would a universal basic income stifle motivation and innovation?
It's hard to say.
Or would it liberate people to pursue their passions?
Yeah.
And contribute to society in new ways?
It's a big question.
How do we strike that balance between fostering individual freedom and ensuring societal stability?
I don't know.
That's a tough one.
It is.
What do the source materials say?
They emphasize the need for ongoing dialogue, experimentation, and a willingness to adapt as we navigate this uncharted territory.
So it's not about finding a single perfect solution.
Right.
It's more about embracing a process of continuous learning and adaptation.
Right.
So we need to be willing to experiment, to make mistakes, and to adjust our course as we go.
As we learn.
Yeah, as we learn.
Exactly.
The author kept mentioning this flood of humanoid robots.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems to highlight our anxieties about being replaced.
Right.
Like, these robots are a physical manifestation of our fears about AI taking over.
I think those anxieties are understandable. I mean, humanoid robots, they tap into those primal fears.
Right. About becoming obsolete.
It's like a visual reminder of AI's potential to surpass human capabilities.
Not just in physical tasks.
Right.
But in cognitive abilities, too.
Exactly.
So it forces us to confront these uncomfortable questions about what makes us uniquely human. If machines can perform tasks that we once considered exclusively human, what does that even say about our value?
What does it say about our purpose? That's where the conversation goes beyond just the economic implications of AI.
Right.
And really delves into this realm of philosophy and existentialism.
The source material kind of danced around these deeper questions.
It did.
But didn't really offer any definitive answers.
No, it didn't.
Maybe that's the point.
Maybe.
It's a call for introspection.
Yeah.
For us to grapple with these fundamental questions.
Yeah.
About our identity and our place in the world.
It's a reminder that this isn't just a technological revolution, but a societal one.
Yeah.
And even a philosophical one.
It's not just about how we work,
but
how we define ourselves and our purpose.
Yeah.
In a world reshaped by AI.
That's what makes this discussion so compelling.
It is.
It's not just about predicting the future, but about shaping it.
It's about recognizing that we have agency in this process.
We can choose how we respond to these advancements.
And what kind of future we want to create. So what's the overall message?
The source material, while grappling with all this uncertainty and conflicting viewpoints, ultimately seems to offer this message of hope.
Oh, good.
It suggests that by embracing lifelong learning
Okay.
cultivating our unique human strengths, and engaging in thoughtful dialogue, we can navigate the challenges and the opportunities of an AI-driven world.
So we don't need to be afraid.
Right.
We just need to be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared and be open.
Be open.
To new possibilities.
Okay.
It encourages us to see AI not as a threat, but as a catalyst for growth.
Oh, interesting.
Innovation, and maybe even a deeper understanding of ourselves.
Wow.
It's a reminder that the future is not predetermined.
Right.
It's a canvas upon which we as individuals and as a society can paint our aspirations, our values, our vision for a world where humans and AI can coexist.
And thrive. That's a pretty powerful message.
It is.
It shifts the focus from fear and anxiety to possibility and empowerment.
Right.
It reminds us that we have a role to play in shaping this future.
We do.
And that our choices matter.
They do.
So it feels like we're being challenged to step up and to become active participants in shaping this AI-powered future.
Absolutely. This is not a time for passivity.
Right.
We need to be engaged, informed, and proactive.
Okay, so where do we even start?
Well,
like, what concrete steps can we take to prepare for this?
The source material emphasizes continuous learning and skill development.
So basically, we need to keep learning.
Yeah, we need to go beyond that traditional model of education, where you just acquire a set of skills and then you rely on those for your whole career.
Right, like that's not going to work anymore.
It's not going to work in an AI-driven world.
Okay.
The pace of change is accelerating. We need to become lifelong learners.
Constantly adapting and evolving.
It's like we need to become mental gymnasts or something.
Yeah.
Constantly flexing our cognitive muscles. Learning new routines to stay ahead.
That's a great analogy.
Thanks.
And it's not just about acquiring technical skills either. The source material also highlights these uniquely human qualities that'll become even more valuable
in an AI-driven world.
Yeah.
So things like creativity, critical thinking, empathy, emotional intelligence.
The things that machines, at least for now, can't replicate.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not just about becoming like tech wizards, but becoming more human, more compassionate, more adaptable.
More resilient.
More resilient, yeah.
That's the key takeaway.
Okay.
AI is not just this like technological force happening to us.
Right.
It's a tool.
Okay.
We can use it to shape our future.
For better or worse.
For better or worse, exactly.
The choices we make today.
The values we prioritize. The actions we take.
They're all going to determine the course of this whole revolution.
That's a powerful reminder that we have agency.
We do.
That we can choose to be architects of our future.
Yeah.
Rather than passive bystanders.
And that's the message we want to leave our listener with.
Okay.
Embrace the possibilities. Cultivate your human strengths. Engage in thoughtful dialogue. And join us in shaping an AI-powered future that benefits all of humanity.
It's a future that's full of unknowns.
Yeah.
But also full of potential.
Absolutely.
And by approaching it with curiosity, courage, and a commitment to our shared humanity, we can create a future that's both innovative and humane.
I agree with that.
That's a great place to end it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
It was fun.
See you next time.